What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So guys, channel memberships are now live. Join today to get exclusive perks. Link is in the description and the first comment. And as always, thank you so much for the love and support. So even if you have just a little bit of interest on what's happening in the world of bodybuilding, then there is just no way in hell you haven't already seen this 2 weeks of physique update from Goodvito. So this was reposted literally by every single bodybuilding media page, and that too in just a matter of a few minutes. And this thing went absolutely viral, just minutes after Goodvito originally posted. So this was something Choopan was warning us all about. For a non-bodybuilding person, this seems kind of fake or AI generated, and there just cannot be a better compliment than that, because Goodvito is not only gonna punch his ticket to his first ever Miss Olympia this year by winning this upcoming Arnold Brazil in 2 weeks time, but this update I have got to say must have scared the shit out of some of the biggest names who are getting ready to compete at this upcoming Pittsburgh Pro in 6.5 weeks time. Now Rubiel Mosquera, aka Naxilla, he has the biggest legs in the world of bodybuilding right now, but this right here, that's truly a holy smokes moment. Those squats just aren't big. There is some insane amount of separation and amazing detail in there. Just look at the thickness in his side leg. That is just bonkers. It's kind of safe to say at this point that he's gonna compare extremely well again against the likes of Martin Fitzwater and possibly against the mutant Nick Walker as well. The front double biceps pose that gives you the opportunity to make the first great impression on the judges, and Vito's front double biceps that looks off the charts right now. So this has always been his strongest pose, along with the most muscular. But with all that new size, the way is able to open up even more. His arms look even bigger than before, and the waist is coming in very nicely. Although the video is taken at an angle, but still I believe he's gonna have a very good V-taper on the stage in 2 weeks time. And I won't be surprised even a little bit if he beats everyone in that front double bicep pose at this upcoming Pittsburgh Pro. Now, Goodvito always had great hype behind him, even before this guy turned pro. And as a fan, it is such a good feeling to see someone living up to all the expectations, up to all that hype. Now, since we just talked about his biggest strength, now let's talk about the biggest weakness, the weakest link in Goodvito's physique. And that is of course his back, more specifically, his back double bicep pose. Now, I have got to say the improvements have been made in that particular shot as well, but maybe he can hit that shot a bit better with more posing practice. Nonetheless, the notice have been served by Goodvito to the entire bodybuilding world. The new freak is in town, and he's coming for it all. He's coming to take out some big names, especially at this upcoming Pittsburgh Pro. But do let me know what you guys think, and what are your expectations. Guys, Hosstile just launched some new signature and Dark Knight hoodies and new range of colors in their iconic shield tee, so do check them out and use the code FAZI10 to get 10% extra discount. So Jack Eagles is done with his classic physique pro debut, and that happened at Fitwood, and there have been a lot of disappointing comments about his performance here, and people saying that he was kind of overhyped. And yes, to some extent, that is kind of true. That is accurate. But that being said, the man is a great talent. There is no doubt about that. He has a great shape, amazing flow. But muscularity-wise, as of right now, he isn't there just yet. Especially, he's not even close to the level of Wesley and Matt Grego, because these are the guys who he's gonna be going up against at this upcoming Detroit Pro. And he needs more time to bring more density, more thickness, more muscularity, to be comparable to those guys who are on that Mr. Olympia stage. But that being said, there is another argument that the guy is just 22 years old, and that is a solid one. And let me also remind you guys that there is some amazing talent out there, some unbelievable genetics, even at the age of 22. And I am talking about Josema Beast, aka Jose Manuel, who won 2 pro shows on his first try in classic physique, and that too at the age of 22. And in that same year, he placed top 6 at his Olympia debut, and that was last year. So both these guys, they are of the same age, and the difference in the overall mass, and the density and the maturity, that is just so damn huge. And Jack Eagles, he's gonna look like an amateur next to a guy like Josama Beast. So the pro debut for Jackie Girls did not go according to the plan. He did not make top 6, which only means one thing, that he's gonna have much more difficult time at this upcoming Detroit Pro against 2 of the top 10 Olympians. Now it kind of seems like he's gonna shut the season down after Detroit Pro, and he's gonna dive into a big off season, because at this point, all that needs to be done is to properly fill out that frame, put on more muscle, more mass, and that too in all the right areas, while keeping his waistline, his beautiful shape in check, because that is already there. He has superb shape, one of the best out there. So for being 22 years old, this was far from being disappointing, and this was a decent showing, especially if all the social media pressure that wasn't there. But this once again proves that the pictures and the videos on IG and social media, they can be often misleading, and they just do not always translate on the stage. Next up we have a 7 weeks out physique update from Terrence Ruffin. So what Terrence is doing here is making sure that he gives his 100% in terms of everything, the diet, the training, as well as posing for his comeback. Now we know all the pros, they are extremely dedicated when it comes to following a contest prep diet and training. That is always the fun part. But a vast majority of these guys, they just do not like to pose, and that is why they aren't really very good at it either. And Terrence, being one of the very best posers in the entire IFBB Pro League right now, across all the divisions, he's gonna make sure that he displays his physique to the best of his ability on the stage, on his comeback. So this is possibly the biggest comeback of this year, especially in Classic, simply because of the statistics that Terrence Ruffin has, a 2 times Arnold champion, a 2 times Miss Olympia runner-up. Nobody in the Classic Physique division, especially in the lineup right now, they have achieved those kind of goals. Even if we take a look at the Arnold wins, Ramon Dino, he also tried to win 2 in a row and failed. And then Wesley Wazers, he tried to win his 2nd time this year, and he also wasn't able to do that. And if we just forget about Terrence's Olympia 2023 look, just for a second, which by the way was his last Miss Olympia, this looks like a way bigger and way more enhanced package. Even his aesthetics have been pronounced so much. Now him versus Mike Sommerfeld, that is the one battle that we are all really looking forward to. And as of right now, it looks like Terrence is well on his way to bring his all-time best. And what's interesting is that you won't find a single comment under all of Terrence's updates. That's it. He belongs to the 212. I think we can all agree this is Classic in its finest form. So we have been enjoying Battle of the Olympia videos from the 90s and the early 2000s, even to this day. And many thanks to the current marketing team that works for the official Olympia LLC to bring that idea back. So the poster for the first official Battle of the Olympia 2025, that has now been released. And we have such a unique scenario on our hands, in which 3 Miss Olympias, Derek, Samson and Brandon Carey, they are invited to have a workout session together. So last year it was Derek, Samson and Nick Walker. And this year, Nick Walker is gonna have to earn that spot, since he hasn't been doing Miss Olympia for the last 2 years now. So this workout session will be totally epic. If another former Olympia champion, Hadi Choopan, he also gets invited to work out with all these guys. And we already know Hadi is gonna be the one who is gonna carry that workout intensity all the way to the top. But for those of you guys who have been asking why Hadi's picture isn't there, well, it is kind of difficult for him to get his visa twice annually for the US. So this workout session with these 3 champions, that is such a great idea. It creates more hype, it engages the fans more, and it creates more excitement for the upcoming event. And considering that this is happening in June, at that time, all 3 of these guys, they will be either in that serious off-season mode, or in case of Derek, if he competes at this upcoming Pittsburgh Pro, he would be 3 weeks post-show. So that is gonna be a treat to watch. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.